What actually is suicide and suicidal thought?
So suicide itself is defined as the act of intentionally taking one's own life. Suicidal thoughts, on the other hand, can be anything ranging from occasionally thinking that, do you know what, it'd be better if I just wasn't here anymore, or I can't take this anymore, I can't deal with this, or feeling like people will be better off without you here. Or it could be thinking about ways to end your life, thinking about methods or creating a plan, writing notes, things like that.
Why do people attempt suicide?
So there's no one reason why someone might attempt suicide. It could be a whole host of reasons, and it can be different for everyone. So there has been a link found between suicide and depression and other mental illnesses. However, that does not mean that if you or someone you know has been diagnosed with depression, that they're going to attempt suicide. Suicidal triggers can be different for everyone. It depends on your level of resilience and your level of tolerance. So if someone has been experiencing really low mood, really negative thoughts for a long time, they've been contemplating suicide for a while, and they don't have any helpful coping strategies like a good support network, any hobbies, or anything that's really rewarding for them, then they're more at risk of ending their life. Is suicide a cry for help? So for some people, attempting suicide might be the only way they feel able to express how they're feeling. However, some people have full intent to end their life, and they will go to great lengths to make sure that happens. So they might keep things really secret, and they might not tell anyone. They might plan meticulously and really carefully to make sure their suicide attempt, when it does happen, is successful and it does end their life. Any kind of suicidal thought or behaviour or attempt, even if it's 3 tablets or 100 tablets, it doesn't matter. If someone is expressing suicidal thoughts or behaviours, it's a sign that they're going through some real pain and that they could really use some support.
Does self-harm make someone more likely to attempt suicide?
So statistically, the rate of suicide is higher for those who have previously self-harmed. However, that does not mean that just because someone is self-harmed, they're going to complete suicide. It just means, again, that there's a relationship between the two. So usually, when someone self-harms, it's actually a coping strategy or a survival method to try and manage and deal with negative emotions or experiences and try and just get through the day. Sometimes self-harm can even be a method of managing suicidal thoughts as a form of distraction. Just because someone might self-harm, it doesn't necessarily mean that that person is suicidal.
Do you have to tell my parents if I tell you about my suicidal thoughts?
We're a service for you at the end of the day, so if you don't want us to tell your parents about your suicidal thoughts, we will try our best not to. However, we might need to talk to someone if we don't feel like you can keep yourself safe, or if you don't have any support network or someone you can speak to, or if by not telling someone actually puts you at more risk. If we did need to speak to someone, we wouldn't do it behind your back. We'd chat with you first and figure out together the best way of approaching it to try and make it as easy for you as it can be.